after a season where we secured back-to-back promotion from League 2 to League 1. Not only our promotion, but also as champions for the second season running. Today, we have a look back on that season, plus we have a look forward and try and bring in some players that's going to hold us in good stead in League 1. Hello, it's a very warm welcome to episode 81 of Bottom to the Top as we try and take a National League South side, in this case Weymouth, from the bottom all the way up to the top. And this is our journey. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you the end of season review 27-28 and of course transfer special. And of course this sort of marks a roughly a halfway spot. We've come the National League North and South, into the National League, into League 2. That's 3 steps up so far. We're in League 1. We've got Championship and Premiership, possibly, if we don't run out of time before FM25 comes out, although it's been delayed. So we've got a little bit more time. We'll see how far we get. I think when we've done this type of save previously, we have got up to about the Championship stage. So we'll see if we can motor through this season and at least get the Championship. And if we can finish the Championship in good fettle, we never know. We might even sort of extend it beyond the start of FM25. But you'll need to leave me those comments down below if that's what you want me to do. And also, of course, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, leave me those comments, and let me know what you want me to do. And also, of course, you can follow everything that's going on this channel, all the videos, whether they be tutorials or shirt videos or something else we were planning on doing that we just haven't got round to doing, but we will try and do as we work into FM25, and that is tactics videos as well. Whatever you'd like to see me do as we move into FM25, let me know down in the comments below. Much appreciated. Right, let's get into it. We've got a run of things to have a look at, of course. And one of those is to have a look and see how we finished the season and what have you. We'll obviously do a deep dive into the table as we go, but we finished the season. We lost to Shrewsbury there, but we did have 7 games unbeaten on the end of the season, which saw us clinch that title, clinch that promotion, and got us into a good position. Jordan Byron doing very, very well for us. I don't think he'll be coming back somehow, but we'll see. I mean, all in all, we did have a good run there as well. 2, 4, 6, 8 games before we lost to Shrewsbury. So a couple of good runs, and a good little run here in November also saw us doing quite well. And a very reasonable start to the season. I say we will deep dive into that as we go, but just let's update as to how the tables finished. You'll notice the playoffs have got to the final stage. Wycombe will play Wimbledon. We'll let you know the outcome of that as and when it happens. But this is how the regular season finished. We finished top on 98 points, 9 points clear of Wigan in second. After it was tuck and tail for a long while, Wigan having a really good run in as well. 5 goals unbeaten, and Shrewsbury were finished third. Gillingham have been knocked out of the playoffs. They finished fourth on 88. Just missed out from automatic promotion over Shrewsbury on goal difference. They will be kicking themselves. Wimbledon and Wycombe, as I say, in the final. Wimbledon finishing 5th on 86. Accrington Stanley finishing 6th on 85. And Wycombe finishing 7th on 82. Bradford missing out on the playoffs on 80 points, 2 points adrift at the end of the season. But at the end of the day, 6 points really separating 3rd and 7th in League 2. Morecambe and Northampton, we know, going down. Morecambe got 39 points. Northampton, they were 20 points adrift of Sutton United in the end. Went down on 22 points and minus 50 goal difference. Only won 4 games all season. Crawley Town, Sutton United, Gillingham and Cambridge United, the only games that they won. Right, that takes us round to the important part, or one of the important parts of the episode, of course, and that's to have an end of season review. We'll do that, and then we'll do a deep dive on the League Two table. And here we are with the end of season review 27-28, and as always, starting with the new arrivals and the four players that have had an average rating over 7. Wakachoo came in from Queen's Park Rangers, 29, or he's on loan from Queen's Park Rangers, 29 appearances, 6 from the bench, 17 goals, 5 assists, made 22 goals, 7.20. Daniel Jefferson come in from Sheffield United, almost as backup, because Wakachoo just seemed to lose a little bit of form. Only made 4 appearances, scored 2 goals, made 1 assist, so contributed 3 goals out of those 4, and a 7.17 there. Jordan Byron, as we mentioned, came in from Bournemouth, 9 appearances, 6 from the bench, 3 goals he scored, 2 assists, making 5 goals at 7.08. And Ronan Darcy came in from Crawley Town, making 33 appearances, 12 from the bench, 15 goals he made, and 10 assists, 25 goals he contributed, a 7.07. He had a splendid season. Charlie Olsen coming in from Blackburn, 43 appearances, 1 from the bench, 3 goals, 1 assist, a 6.96. And then the star player, star signing of the season was Ronnie Hollingshead. Came in from West Brom, making 41 appearances. He got a 6.89. I'll have a closer look at him in just a short while. And other key players, Zane Silcott-Dubry, Luca Fletcher, who never really come from Manchester City, but he never really hit the ground running, did he? Maybe he get a chance this season. Contributed 7 goals, though, to be fair. So I don't think he did too bad. And Silcott-Dubry contributing 6 assists or 6 goals via that route. So it'll be interesting to see whether any of those actually come in or not. Of the players that left us, Liam Vincent went to Sutton United, made 4 appearances, 6 from the bench, a 6.71. Harvey Slade went to Worthing, didn't do a lot there, and neither did Elliot Bolton, to be fair. So that was the disappointing ones. And, of course, we sent some players out on loan. The season unfolded something like this. We were expected to avoid relegation. Well, that's what the board wanted us to do. We actually finished first as champions, 3,542, 64% of the home attendance. Wakachoo, top scorer, with 16 goals. So the board were pleased with our season. In the FA Cup, we were knocked out in the first round by Harrogate Town, 2-0. Not particularly inspiring FA Cup run, if I may say so. Knocked out in the first round of the Caribou Cup as well against Lincoln City, a 1-0 loss on that occasion. Hopefully going to do better this season coming. And in the EFL Trophy, we're knocked out in the quarter-final by a nemesis of ours, Bradford City. Will Armitage, top scorer in that competition, 4 goals he scored. We beat West Ham United under 21s, Peterborough United, Charlton Athletic in the group stages. And then we played Wycombe Wanderers, beat them 2-1. Crystal Palace under 21s 2-1. And then lost to Bradford City, as I said, in the quarter-final by 2-1, which wasn't particularly good. The biggest win we had was against Sutton United, away from home. Darcy, Patterson getting a brace, and Braley, the scorers on that occasion, 4-0 back in November. Match to remember, apparently, was the win against Wycombe. That Ross Stewart was the scorer, not Rod Stewart. Peters and Jones, the scorers for us, after they'd taken a very early lead. And then the player goal of the season was scored by Martin Robinson. Do you remember him? Robinson provided a perfect finish to an excellent team move by scoring a well-struck effort. He scored in the 5th minute after we took a 2-goal lead inside the first 5 minutes. Let's have a look at the goal. Linton down the wing into the corner, cuts it back inside for Patterson and Robinson from the edge of the area, and it was a well-struck shot. Again, I'm not sure it was the best goal of the season, and that's one of the other things I quite like to do is perhaps pick out the goals of the month, and then each goal of the month will go forward to the goal of the season. If you fancy that idea, leave me a comment down below and we'll see if we can work it. If not in these two series, certainly when we get into FM25, it's one of the things perhaps we will do. We might be unique for doing that. Who knows? Financial wise, everything was an improvement. Sponsorship was up. Broadcast revenue was up. Well, we went up out of the lower leagues, and of course it would be corporate hospitality, competition prize money, match day commercial, all up. We improved our reputation as well from a 1.5 star to a 2 star. Be good to improve that again, wouldn't it? Jefferson, the biggest shirt seller, Darcy, Cooper, Nzingo and Whittingham getting the other shirts. And this is how we lined up. This apparently was our best 11 of the season. Hollingshead in goal, Grante, Olsen and Armitage our backline, which I don't disagree with. Linton, Gasper, Braley and Silcott Dewberry are sort of deep midfield. And then our attacking midfield, Peters and Darcy with Wakachu up front. And I just wonder how many of these players will be playing for us again this season. We know that Gasper and Braley are probably moving on. Don't want to sign new contracts. Silcott Dewberry is on loan, may go back. Wakachu on loan, may go back. We'll see. But I guess we have to build if we want to get up into the championship. So that's something we need to do. Player awards, Ronan Darcy, fans player of the season. Young player of the season, Wakachu. Signing of the season, as we've already said, Ronnie Hollingshead. Goal of the season, we've seen it from Martin Robinson. Top goal scorer, Mohamed Wakachu with 17 goals. Braley, 10 assists. Most player of the match awards, Will Armitage with 5. Wakachu, best average rating, 7.2. Carter Pinnington, most passes completed in 90 minutes, 62. He scored no competition awards. Fastest goal of the season was Jordan Byron's goal, 21 seconds. He scored that. I don't know quite which game that was from top of my head, but it was a very quick goal. Just some of the accolades. Once Weymouth got rolling midway through the season, it looked hard to stop them going on to this success. So that is how our season went, which takes us to have a look at the table, League Two table then. And you will see, actually, now we have the playoff final has come in. Wycombe have beaten AFC Wimbledon by 3-0, which when we look at the table in just a moment, we will see the promoted 4 teams, Weymouth, Wigan, Shrewsbury and Wycombe all promoted up into League One for next season. And we've already been and had a look at how it finished. But as you know, we like to have a look a little bit deeper and see how it unfolded. Home record, we had the best home record, 55 points we picked up at home, 17 wins, 4 draws, 2 losses, the 2 losses against Gillingham and Wigan. But our form was reasonable there. Wigan second best, Gillingham third, Wimbledon fourth, and Accrington Stanley were fifth. And Northampton had the worst home record, only winning 3 games all season at home. Pretty poor, if you ask me. Our away record, we were best away as well, but only by a point this time over Shrewsbury. 12 wins, 7 draws, 4 losses. Those 4 losses away from home: Shrewsbury, Grimsby Town, Newport County and Accrington Stanley. We had 43 points on our travels, which helped us get promoted. Shrewsbury was second, Wycombe third, Wigan fourth, Wigan not so good away from home, Gillingham fifth, and Wimbledon sixth, with Accrington Stanley in seventh. Northampton Town, again, worst away from home, only winning 1 game all season, that against Gillingham. First half of the season, we were top, 52 points from the first 23 games, won 16, drew 4, lost 3, 26 goal difference, 52 points over Wigan, who were in second place on 49. Accrington Stanley had a good first half. They were on 45 points, and Wigan and Accrington really pushing us all the way. Wimbledon not doing too bad either. And Gillingham up in the hunt. That was the first half of the season. Second half of the season, we were only third best. Shrewsbury had the best second half of the season. 54 points they picked up in that second half of the season. 26 goal difference. Our thing was the fact that we drew too many games in the second half of the season. Gillingham were second. We were third. Wycombe were fourth. Bradford City fifth. Wimbledon sixth. And Wigan seventh. 14 wins, 5 draws, 4 losses, and 17 goal difference, 47 points are in the second half of the season. The last 5 games on the run-in, Wigan had the best run-in, 5 straight wins. Gillingham were second. They won 4, drew 1. We won 4 and drew 1. Albeit it does say they lost 1 there. That doesn't make any sense, does it? On the last 5 games, but hey-ho. So that's how the last 5 games went. Media prediction-wise, we were expected to finish 12th, finished first. Wigan were expected to finish first, finished second. Shrewsbury expected to finish fourth, finished third. Gillingham did probably a lot better. They were expected to finish 10th, finished fourth in the end. Wimbledon not doing quite so well, finishing fifth after expectation was third. Accrington Stanley above expectations. They were expected to finish 11th, finished 6th. And the teams that were expected to go down, Stevenage expected to go down, didn't. They finished in 17th place. Northampton were expected to be relegated, and were Morecambe expected to finish 20th and actually got relegated. So that was bad news for them. Right. That brings you up to date. That's our deep dive into the table. We can have a quick look, I think, if we go into where we want to go here. I don't want to do fixtures and results. I think if we go in here and then go all winners, season preview, don't want season preview, past winners. Past positions, that's what we want to do. Right, as you'll see, we got to pretty much the 14th game of the season, 14th game of the season, 13th game of the season. I don't know, why doesn't it tell me on here? Well, match day 14, yes. When we hit the top, we'd already been on top, but we hit the top and then really never fell off the top after that. As I did say, Wigan were chasing us for long chunks of the season, in second for a long while, dropped away a little bit, managed to pick it up towards the end of the season. Shrewsbury probably had the best run. Their lowest point was 14th after game day 3, but picked themselves up, finishing third overall. It was Accrington had the other way around, really. They were up and around the top 3 pretty much all season, and then dropped away towards the end. Had a poor last few games, which dropped them away in that one. Let's have a look at the stats then. We were top for most goals. We were top for most points per game. Wigan were most shots in a game, or most shots total. We were third in that one, behind Wimbledon and Wigan. Wigan had the fewest shots against. We were 7th, having 415 shots against us. Best pass completion was Accrington Stanley. Bradford City had the most possession. We finished 5th on that. How did he finish 7th? I said, didn't they? Yeah. Most tackles against. We weren't in there at all. Most tackles won. We were most dribbles made. Most clean sheets. Wigan, 26 clean sheets. That's not bad going, is it? All season. We didn't feature in there at all. And the fewest conceded. We were second best. 43, but Wigan only conceded 30. We conceded 43 goals all season. So they are the stats. Quick look at the transfer activity. I'm pretty sure in saying nothing has happened today. Daniel Gibberson, the last one in on a free transfer, Jaden Wareham going out on loan. So nothing has happened to date. So we're going to skip forward to the 1st of June, see if anything's happening. I'm not sure a great deal will be, but just in case, we'll come back then. Well, we've jumped forward to the 2nd of June and no transfers in, no transfers out. It's been very quiet and very, very disappointing. We seem to be struggling. I don't know whether it's just because of our reputation or what, but there are a number of players that have come up on the old radar with regards to free transfers. But they're just not interested. I know we're very early in the cycle, and as things move on, there's two things that could happen. Obviously, 1st of July is the big moment because there's a lot of players that then become completely free agents as opposed to just coming to the end of the contracts. So they are free agents, and then the old things get moving. But one of the other things I find is worth doing, if you do get a player that you want to bring in, potentially on a free transfer, and they won't come in, or they want stupid wages. You have to take your chances. It's a bit of a risk, but what you do is just sit on them, make a note of their name and all the rest of it. Just sit on them. I tend to bring them in on trial, try and keep them in on trial, just so I can keep one eye on them. And then you find as they get nearer to the start of the season and also to the end of the transfer window, they become a lot more pliable with regards to they think at the outset, like on the 2nd of June, I'll get a new club, all right, I'm not going to Weymouth. But when they get towards the back end of the window and they realise that nobody's just going to come in for them, actually, I might as well go somewhere and get some game time, then you can bring them in. And usually for a good amount of money, in as much as paying them wages, etc., etc. So that's one of the things to do. Right, before we move on, let's have a quick roundup. I just thought of the of who's being promoted and who's not from the different divisions, because we've not followed that up. York City beating Yeovil Town in the National League. They are promoted, along with Barnet as champions, 88 points for them. Wealdstone, Warrington, Aldershot and Eastbourne Borough all being relegated into the subdivisions. The North, Alfreton Town, Farsley, Bury and Banbury United all being relegated out of the National League North. Gateshead promoted as champions. Kidderminster Harriers promoted through the playoffs. They'll be playing in the National League next season. And then if we go down one more, we can go to the Southern. Eastleigh beating Maidstone to get promoted to the National League. And it's Torquay United and Eastleigh then are promoted. They did finish 1 and 2, which I always think is the best way. Concord Rangers, Hornchurch, Merthyr and Taunton all relegated out of the National League South. So they're the teams going out. As we know, in League 2, we went up with Wigan, Shrewsbury and Wickham. Morecambe and Northampton going down. And then if we look into League 1... League 1 league table, actually not what we wanted to do. Oh dear, let's try it again in here. There we go. Right, League 2, Wrexham promoted as champions up into the Championship. Haven't been up there for a long time, I don't think. In fact, if they've ever been up there. Queen's Park Rangers are promoted as automatically as the second promoted side. Milton Keynes Dons promoted out of League 1 up into the Championship by way of the playoffs. Blackpool, Fleetwood, Bolton and Bristol Rovers all being relegated to League 2. And then the Championship looks like this. We have Wolves, Sunderland being promoted. Wolves as champions going up into the Premier League. Sunderland going with them in the automatic promotion place. And Sheffield United going, going up via the playoffs. Birmingham, Lincoln and Derby all being relegated into League One, which is where we will meet those sides next season in the Premier League. Arsenal winning the Premier League. Manchester City in second place. They're beaten by 3 points. So you can see the European places. Liverpool finishing 8th out of all of that. Going down, Brentford, West Ham and Fulham into the Championship. So it's going to be a really feisty Championship next season. Right, no more to tell you. We'll come back on the 1st of July. We'll come back, see if there's any transfers first. And secondly, we'll have a look at the new fixtures for the new season. Well, you come back on the 1st of July, and, well, to be honest, we are really, really struggling because for the reasons I've already mentioned, albeit it is 1st of July, the releases of the big clubs are just starting to happen. So hopefully we will get sight of some new players very, very shortly. That's our hope anyway. While we're here, we will have a quick look at the fixture list. We've got 4 friendlies to play for the start of the season, and then our opening League One game, our debut in League One, will be against Salford City at the Peninsula Stadium, and we'll be playing them as our opening day. And then we have had a draw for the first round of the Carabao Cup, and we welcome Derby County to the Bob Lucas as we try and get further in the Carabao Cup than we did last season. Hopefully we can progress to at least the next round. That's the aim anyway. Then we're playing Leyton Orient, Shrewsbury and Wigan, who of course we played last season, come up with us, promoted with us, as did Shrewsbury. Shrewsbury and Wigan both promoted with us last season. So Mansfield and Leyton Orient are the sides that will take us through to the end of August. FA Cup round starts at the end of October, and our Christmas fixtures, we play Exeter City on Boxing Day. New Year's Day we are away to Wycombe Wanderers, also promoted via the playoffs with us, and we finish up the season away to Notts County, and at home, so we've got a home tie to finish up the season against Walsall. So they are sides. Derby, of course, one of the sides getting relegated out of the Championship last season, so they will be a tough proposition to play up against. Right, that is the fixtures then. So our opening episode, our next episode, Salford City and Derby County in the Carabao Cup. You can see that on Monday's episode 82. Hope you will join me for that. Let's go forward one more time. We will go forward to, the opening game of the season is on the 29th of July. So somewhere around about the 27th, 28th of July, I guess. We'll go forward, see if we've brought anybody in, and we'll see how we've got on in our friendlies, and we'll have a look, and we'll keep our fingers crossed that we're going to bring in some players, because we desperately need some. And you come back and join us just ahead of the new season, 28th of July. Our first game is on the 29th. You will see our new kits. They all follow a similar pattern, just different colours this season. So we're not jazzed it up too much. But there you go. 3 new kits. Our traditional colours are blue and white. And we have a yellow and blue third strip this season. And if you want to know how to get new kits into the game, and also if you're playing a team that have only got 2 kits, how to get a third kit in, follow the videos. They're up above here. And I will put the links in so that you can go and find those videos how to do that. Right. I have some good news. We have got some transfers in. 1, 2. We also have got somebody back that's been with us before, but this time on a permanent basis. All transfers. I can tell you that Wakachuk has come back. I'm not sure if he came back. I thought he came back at the end of last season. It's not showing him as back in, but he has signed, extended his loan with us. He's with us until the end of this coming season. But you will notice at the top of the list here, Travis Patterson. We had him on loan for 2 seasons pretty much from Bournemouth. And he did very well for us, actually. 5 appearances in the first stint, albeit he did come in towards the end of the season in National League. Just give us that little bit of a push to get out. 3 goals and 2 assists, contributed 5 goals in 5 appearances, a 7.4. And then last season in League 2, he made 20 appearances, 9 goals, 7 assists, a contribution of 16 goals. 4 player of the matches and a 7.13. I'm hoping that he will do stuff with us. He is now with us permanent, which is really, really good news. He's with us until 2030, 2 seasons. And as we know, he can play anywhere across that forward bit in the park. And will give us, hopefully, plenty of impetus on that left side of the pitch, and can play on the right, preferred on the left. So fingers crossed for that. So it's Travis Patterson, he's first in. Terrell Yangamang, Ayamang, I'll get it right, Agayamang. He's come in, he's joined us from Notts County. He was at Accrington Stanley. Notts County bought him for 54,000. He's played in League One, not done fantastic in League One. I'm hoping he's going to do for us this season. So he has League One sort of expertise. So we'll see how he does. But he did go up through promotion from the National League into League 2 with Accrington Stanley. So he spent a bit of time there, but he has come in. So that's Tyrell Agyemang. He's a central midfielder. Will play more as a defensive midfielder, of course. Can play on occasions out on the right side of defence if we need him to. He's 2.5 star current ability. He's got a 3-star. It says that his potential is only for League 2, but he's had a pretty good pre-season, so we're keeping our fingers crossed on that one. Another one that's had a very good pre-season, Billy G. Billy G. Currently a 2-star League 2 player, could be a 4-star League 1 player. Useful up in the middle of the park, can also do a job on the left side if we need him to. He has come from Crawley Town, where he made 38 appearances, scoring just 1 goal. He's not there as a goal machine. He's there to help defend. As you'll see, he's done quite well in pre-season. So his career started out at Chelsea, went to West Brom, then to Crawley on loan, and he's ended up. So he's effectively come to us from West Brom. And our final one in for the moment, Carl Johnson, can play down either side of the park, left or right. We're going to play more on the right, I think. He signed a 2-year contract with us through until 2030. And he's come from Fleetwood. Spent most of his career at Fleetwood, out on loan a few times to Farsley and Waterford, but now come to us on a free. So he spent some time in League One there at Fleetwood. He's made 202 appearances, 8 goals, 6 assists, 4 player of the matches, a 6.77, and last season 36 appearances for Fleetwood in League One, a 6.82. So he's not bad, and hopefully will do a job for us. Luigi Gaspar, he's gone to Tom. He's transferred out on a free, so we've said goodbye to him. And then a couple of the youth players, Andreas Mavris and Ben Smith, going out. Nobody else of note. The one person we do need to offload, though, is Cam Cooper, because he's got a clause in there that he gets he matches anybody comes in with the highest wage, which means that he's on 5,000 and he's not likely to play. So we need to offload him as soon as. I did think he was out of contract, but he's not. So we need to try and move him on if we can. Right, they are the transfers in. Let's have a quick look at pre-season. It's gone reasonably well. We were hoping to bring in this gentleman, Casey Wooster. He's ended up going to Kilmarnock, of all places. We will keep an eye on him, but he was super efficient. He was League One fodder and Championships standard. Ended up with about 30 teams going in for him, and we weren't really in the sort of like Ecumen. And again, I think this is one of the players that didn't really rate our reputation to go, but he did reasonably well in the games that he was with us. Scored 4 goals in that opening game against Dorchester Town, scored 1 against Hamworthy Rec, 1 against Hamworthy, and I think he'd gone possibly by this point. So he's not been around. As you'll see, Travis Patson was on trial with us. He scored 2 goals in that game against Hamworthy Rec. Tyrell Aguiman having scored 1 in the game against Hamworthy, as did Billy G. And then this guy, O'Grady Macken, I think he's still on our books. He's still on trial with us, but he wants absolutely silly wages. So he's one of those that we're sort of sitting out with, hoping that Doncaster and Swindon don't make an offer for him, and that he will drop his aspirations at some point or other. And he worked very, very well again with Tyrell Agaman in that midfield during the pre-season. So we'll see how they get on, and obviously we'll keep you up to date with any other transfers that come in between now and kick-off tomorrow, but also you'll see them play, no doubt. But obviously as we start to progress through this early season, the window doesn't shut, I don't think, until around about here. So we've got 4 or 5 games where anybody could come in. Right, I think that is pretty much bringing you up to date. As I say, anything that has happened between now and the first game, we will obviously keep you in the loop with. But we will come back for that first game against Salford City. I don't think we've ever played them, have we? No. So it's unknown territory, so to speak. Derby County, we haven't played them either. So it's all new territory for us here in League One and the Caribou Cup, which will come up in the next episode. And please join me for that. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button. That keeps you up to date with all future episodes of From the Bottom to the Top, and of course our other series Go in Dutch as they are released, and you'll keep you up to date with those. New episodes of Bottom to the Top released every Tuesday and Friday, 4:15 p.m. Best way of keeping up to date with what's happening on this channel is follow me on X at JustOffside2. As I said right at the start, it'll keep you up to date with these videos, our other series videos, tutorials, and of course our shirt videos as well. Let me know which ones that you enjoy and which ones you want to see more of. The best way of doing all that, of course, is follow me on X at JustOffside2, as I think I may have already told you. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you for the next episode. It's episode 82. It's out on Monday. Until then, have yourselves a great weekend. We'll see you Monday for our first 2 games of the brand new season. Bye-bye.